I think it's back into the court. Unless we have a remarkably tempting mission, that's where we're going to go. We don't need another tough ring. We definitely don't need a moon cloak. The Demon's Cauldron is intriguing, but actually, don't we already have a Demon's Cauldron? I think we already have one, don't we? We don't. You know, to kind of still no. We should just... here, chat. Let's just mod Moscow. That's actually easier. There you go. We'll just prevent that from happening in the future. Yeah, we got nothing better to do. We're going down into the courtyard. I don't want to go for winemakers. That's actually real tempting. Because it's a short mission and because it's got a crest or a trinket that we can sell for good money. This is like 9,000 gold just for completing it. Plus the opportunity for blood. It is a champion level mission though. Nah. Let's go back in for the Baron. So who was on that task? I'm thinking about subbing out Jack Porkins, kinda. But this is a real dance with the one who brung you kind of scenario. These guys got us this far. They've carried us this far. Let's see how much further they can carry us. Okay, so you're craving. Luke Skywalker is wasting. So we take advantage of Luke Skywalker's wasting then. We give him a dead rat. We can give him a bunch of extra HP and a bunch of extra speed. I'm not sure that's really that useful. Extra HP and speed would be better if we could put it on Jack Porkins. We definitely want a Mercurial Salve. How much blood do we have? I really wish there was a way to tell how much freaking blood you had without going into the provision menu. It would be supremely nice. You know what? To hell with it. I think we just go for the Mercurial Salve. Jack Porkins, what do we want to give you? Dodge and healing? Nah. You're unlikely to wind up bloodlusted. Very unlikely to wind up bloodlusted. We could just have you go crazy with the dodge, but every time we've tried that, it hasn't worked. Going crazy with the dodge on Jack Porkins doesn't really seem to be resulting in a lot of dodges. Like, we could have him go Sun Cloak, Camouflage Cloak, then guard and dodge while riposting. I don't really have a better idea. Max Rebo, what trinkets do we have for you that would be useful? Honestly, I think we're just going to give you a rat carcass. And then something to maybe mitigate your stress, like the Coven Signet. And then Snoke. For you, buddy, they're just... I mean, there's Junia's head. Actually, you should be toting the Coven Signet, since you're going to have a plus stress item. Let's mitigate that. We'll find something else for Max Rebo. Max Rebo, what do we want to have you go with? I suppose we could just give you a camouflage cloak, give you an extra 15 dodge as well. We could go like super dodge team. Again, though, the super dodge team hasn't really been paying the bills because you guys never seem to dodge anyway. The hell with it. That's what we're doing. You need extra speed to get to the Porkin maneuvers faster. I mean, you know, Jack Porkins is already getting accused of being a selfish lover, chat. We don't want to have to go extra fast with Porkins, so he's even more likely to be accused of being an inconsiderate and selfish lover. I don't know why I'm looking at everybody's camping skills. They don't matter at all. I am going to fix Snoke's skills and get Weakening Curse on where it friggin' belongs, though. So now we're good. Provision? Yes, this will cost us. That's fine. Still embarking. Okay, so 1 stack of food. You know what? We're getting rid of the... I can't get rid of those medicinal herbs. I always forget. A full stack of food is enough. A full stack of torches is enough. A full stack of shovels is enough. A full stack of bandages is enough. I'm not even going to buy anti-venom this time because we haven't been using it. I'm not going to buy a key. I will buy one thing of holy water. I'll bring our last remaining vial of blood. That's it. We're going in. Malignant merrymaking continues, and you are the entertainment. I'll be supremely more entertained when these guys are dead, so non-Crimson Court monsters start showing up outside of Crimson Court. I'm tired of dicking around with them all the time. So who's carrying rats? So we don't need to worry about Max Rebo or Luke Skywalker. They can't die from a Crimson Curse. They got rats to gnaw on. Sorted. Let's... Which way can we go get into the most interesting stuff with the least amount of fights? This way? This is the way we're going, then. You know what? We saved this for the way back. If we have to come back this way, we're going to have way more stress than we have now. We're better off to hit it then. Max Rebo, put this to the torch. Picked up some crests, bandages. Yep, there's no blood, thanks. That is the one drawback to leaving these guys running around wasting all the time, is all of the negative shit that they get. Having them constantly refuse to do what they're told is a significant drawback. Shovel this. Give me some blood. Come on, baby. Blood, 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 blood.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
But I need blood, though. Okay, as far as fights go, this one's pretty acceptable. This is a relatively easy cheese right here. You're not their real mom, Pete. I mean, I'm a dude. It's hard for me to be anybody's mom unless we're doing like a Danny DeVito bit here. And if we are doing a Danny DeVito bit, could we just, like, not? Could we not do that? Luke Skywalker, one hit, one kill. Porkins, what do you got? An actual dodge from Jack Porkins. I'm fucking beside myself. Let's bolster, because we're not going to need any more damage. And now we're going for stress relief. Max Rebo. Get your musical ass calmed down. Down to still 13 stress. Hit this guy with the weakening curse, because why not? Resisted the debuff. Porkins, retributive bonk. That just leaves Luke Skywalker to finish the job. There we go. All right. And blood! We got blood! Delicious, delicious blood. I'm not happy about our shovel situation, however, since we're already down to 2 when we just walked in the door. Okay, so if we have somebody who is wasting from the Crimson Curse talk to this man, he tends to give us stuff. Maybe I'm just employing an observation bias, and that's definitively not the way that actually works. Nope, don't. Okay, whatever. Trying to be bled by that, but thankfully the Crimson Curse has got all of the blood withered from your veins already, so you can't actually bleed anymore. I would weep tears of blood. Well, you would if you had any blood left in you, but you just weep bitter ashen tears like Perfidious Pete. Well, this should be an interesting fight. Start things off with the double slice. As long as we've got Max Rebo dealing damage, we seem to do pretty well. It's when we get to the point where we have to have Max Rebo go from doing damage to start doing stress relief. She just bitch slapped me. Really need you guys to stop passing, though. Then again, what's the worst case scenario? You guys die? Well, one less mouth to feed. You need shovels to get campfires. I'm not too worried about the crates, chat. Like, okay, here's the thing. Everybody's like, yeah, they have shovels to get the crates. Have you seen a crate yet, chat? Like, have we come across one? Because we've been in here a while, and I still haven't seen a single fucking crate. We haven't found one yet. Not a single one. This is like our 4th trip into the Baron's little palace here. We haven't found a single wine crate. Kill that man before he gets a chance to go. Won't find wine crates with that whinging attitude. I don't know. If my college experience is anything to go by, whining tends to get you liquor. Go try being the whiny girl at a sorority party. Somebody will try and ply you with liquor. I mean, you know, there'll probably be roofies in it, and they'll probably, you know, try to sexually assault you afterwards, but you'll get booze. We could weakening curse. We could heal. You know what? Heal yourself here, Snoke. You're a little banged up. The riposte kill after a dodge for Jack Porkins. Maybe he's finally found his groove. We'll call this episode How Porkins Got His Groove Back.
Give them no quarter.
Those kind of jokes, Pete, you're never going to get a direct-to-MCU movie. That was probably never going to happen anyway, because I know nothing about film. You know what? Again, I kind of think we saved this for the way back. Since it looks like we are going to have to come back. It's stress relief if we burn it with the torch, but we don't. It gives us 30. We don't have anybody who has 30 stress yet. Why squander it? I say we just chill. We take a pass. Picking up the surprise. That's nice. We can do some work with that. Max Rebo starting things off. That attack of Max Rebo's is actually really good aggregate damage, man. Stuck the debuff. Lowers his damage, lowers his protection. Crack that whip. That's a dead supplicant. And then Jack Porkins can bolster. Everybody loves a bolstered Porkins. You know, with bolster and the ridiculous dodge he's sporting from his trinkets, Jack Porkins is actually starting to dodge these monsters a little.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Keep pimping the bleeds on him, Max Rebo. 7 per round. That's not fatal yet, but it is now. We also added a little more bleed, then give this man a retributive bonk. Alright, we're starting to roll here. Crack that whip. Da-na-na-na-na. Nice work, Snoke.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
No, seriously, just go ahead and set that lightsaber down on the table next to you. It's probably totally fine. Just like put it right there on the side of your chair. Point it at your vulnerable torso. Sure, it's fine. Okay, Porkins has advanced. I mean, it's fine, Jack.
Pummeling.
Give him a decisive pummeling. And then Luke Skywalker will actually pummel him. Now he's dead. When this team works, it works really well. When it doesn't work, it's a travesty. Yep, torch that. Something good. Blood? More blood. We may be able to haul enough blood out of this dungeon to keep our ridiculous slathering horde of vampires alive. Get rid of this medicinal herbs. Those things do nothing. They're dead fucking weight. They're Jack Porkins' love handles is what they are. Just dead weight. Don't be Jack Porkins' love handles. Porkins advanced the rank in Rebel Alliance. I don't know, what was Porkins' rank, chat? He was probably a lieutenant, because, I mean, he was a pilot. Most pilots tend to be at least around lieutenant rank. I can't imagine Porkins was too highly ranked. God damn it, Skywalker. That could have been a kill here, and this enraging slight needed not happen. Porkins can't stand his ground. That's because he can smell the bacon that guy's got under his tray. Porkins like, I can't stand my ground. I've got to have that delicious bacon. It's bacon! Bacon, 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 bacon. Like begging strips to Jack Porkins, who is getting worked over pretty good here. Abyssal Artillery is a weak skill to bring here. Should have brought the move skill. The move skill is not really... We had the move skill for like the first 2 times we were in here, and it also did shit. Enjoy bleeding to death. I mean, I'm told bleeding to death is not a terribly unpleasant way to die. You just kind of drift off to sleep. Probably be alright. You're bleeding for 3. We can't hit you. Go ahead and finish that guy off. If we stick to bleed, he should die. Yep, fatal. Midnight Minuet. I believe that's a damage buff for everybody and a shuffle. Okay, Porkins is already... You are not riposting. Porkins, begin riposting. It's also a... Yeah, it's also a damage buff, too. You're dead. You actually may also have fatal damage. Not quite. Well, you're about to. How are we doing on stress? Little high. Patch up Porky. Patch it up Porky sounds like it should have been the title of a Looney Tunes episode featuring Porky Pig and probably Daffy Duck. Patching up Porky. Go for a stun. Good enough. That Chevalier is not... Well, he's going to bleed to death now, but only because of the damage we did. You're about to guard that man? Too little, too late! Oh, wait, he guarded her. Never mind. You son of a bitch, that was actually a dope move. He foiled me. Didn't matter. Still fatal damage, but did get foiled.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So, emerald or a jade? I'm taking the emerald. The padlock of transference, I'm pretty sure we actually already have one of, and also it's garbage, but we do have an extra bandage. Let's pitch that. Keep the padlock of transference. And now we start our long and arduous trek back the way we came. Just wandering around, slogging through a swamp. Okay, hold on a second. I saw the wasting thing come up. You do not have a dead rat, right? Wait, it said you were wasting, but you're definitely not. Or was that Max Rebo? Max Rebo is wasting, but we don't care because Max Rebo has a rat. That's fine, let him waste. Go ahead, waste away. It's fine. Play with the Falconeer, Lamia, and Septa mods, all 3. Yes, you've told me this several times about how the mod maker's the guy who did the thing, but, you know, that's fine. You know I'm not big on mods, Jack. I prefer to play the game the way the developers intended it to be played, and then once I've exhausted that content, then it's time to start adding mods. You don't start with the mods. You play the base game first, and then, you know, once you've experienced what there is to experience of the unmodified gameplay, then you consider adding in the mods. You don't start with the mods. That was not the attack I intended to use.
A brilliant confluence of skill.
It was not a brilliant confluence of skill and purpose, Wayne June. I actually fucked up, like that was a straight fuck up. But no, I really don't. I'm not a fan of, like, immediately modifying a game. I really think you should play it the way the developers intend. I mean, first off, they're professionals. The people who create mods, by and large, are not professionals. And maybe let a professional who you paid for their service, by the way. Maybe give them an opportunity to actually do the thing that they do for a living and experience it the way they intended you to experience it. And then if you've enjoyed what they experience, or if you enjoyed what they provide but think, you know, this is okay, but it could be slightly better if you did X, then maybe go seek out a mod where X is included. But you should really kind of, you got to try it before you buy it. Like, you don't go to a new restaurant and the first time you're there, just salt the shit out of the food, assuming that it's undersalted. You taste the food first, and then you'd be like, you know what, this soup could really use a little extra salt. Then you go Perfidious Pete style and start adding a shitload of salt to it. I mean, it's going to be terrible for your blood pressure in the long run, but at least know what you're getting into. Don't just pour a whole shaker of salt in the soup before you've tasted it. What if it's already really salty? Like, what if one of the chefs masturbated into it and it's super salty?
Horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
3 busts or a holy water? We go for the holy water, Jim. Continue our backtracking. Whoever has the most stress here is going to burn this. That's probably Porkins. Probably Porkins is super stressed out. I was going for a little shop of horrors thing there, and then I got, like, after the intro line and realized I don't know a single other line of Suddenly Seymour. We know you're full of salt, Pete. Exactly, which is why I really got to avoid, like, salting my food. I like to taste it first, thanks. Man, that does so much damage.
In this place.
Got 2 people who are currently craving. You know what? Let's feed them and give them the double bloodlust. That bleed is also a little unfortunate. We're going to have to patch Porkins up. Is Porkins sweating blood? No, it's gravy. Porkins doesn't sweat blood. He sweats pure, delicious gravy. It just looks red because there's like a really high hemoglobin content in it. He uses a lot of meat in his gravy, so got a lot of myoglobin that cooks out of it. Gives it a kind of a reddish tinge. It's delicious though. Like you should lick Jack Porkins. Blood?
Glittering gold, trinkets.
2 portraits and a jute tapestry, though.
Paid for in blood.
Yeah, we gotta. Oh, okay, so see you in hell, padlock of transference. Hello, jute tapestry. We can't really afford to get rid of our last shovel. I'm thinking the 2 citrines. I'd rather have 2 portraits than 500 gold, especially after we just picked up a jute tapestry. We also actually need to put our party back in order. I just realized we've been shuffled for like the last 100 years. Not that it's really going to matter with this particular. Get heal. Like the one time we really could use a good one. That's what you come up with. Well done. Oh good, Max Rebo decided that, you know, doing stuff was pointless. The dodge and riposte, that's what we want to see from old Jack Porkins. Stick to bleed. Not a kill this round, but it will be.
Grievous.
And Max Rebo just gets a strong pimp hand to the face. Followed up by a sweet dodge, though. Well, who has the most health? You have 18 left. You only have 10. Alright, Max Rebo. This one's you. Have fun bleeding. Another pimp hand. Luke Skywalker is largely immune to pimp hand, though. Don't. She's going to heal off of that. Son of... Now we got to hit her again. She had fatal damage, and we could have ignored her. You refuse to be bolstered? That's a dick move that really shouldn't even be possible.
Precision and power.
Don't you dare hit a woman. I don't think she's human, chat. At least not anymore. Also, I didn't hit her. Technically, it was the weapon that did the striking. Another sweet dodge and riposte from Porkins. Guy's doing work. That's like the third turn in a row Snoke has refused to do anything. And the second time that bitch has hit someone with a critical pimp hand. No more pimp hands. Get that shit out of here. This is my house. Only person slapping pimp hands here is me. We also got to start doing some stress relief because Max Rebo, he's been falling down on the job a little bit lately. He's having some throat issues. Vocal cords are a little strained. He really needs to rest the throat. Brilliant heal. We've gotten all of... You know what? Do an actual heal, please. The bleed on that keeps getting bigger and bigger. Guard Snoke. Grind away some of that stress. You want to actually throw a heal here, though? Go, you know what, Snoke? Eat my butt. Just get all up in there and start munching. Face first, like neck deep, right in my ass. The bullshit. Mind Your Manners is still on the screen. I would say you probably should just refresh Twitch. It's definitely not on my screen, and it's not what's going out in OBS. I can't really afford to hit myself with another bleed. Also, that's fatal damage for her. So we've got one more round of doing... No, never mind. Did get a vial of blood. A vengeful kill list. Bounty hunter trinket. It's a bounty hunter trinket that's really not very good. Porkins, you know what to do. Definitely collect that blood. What are we getting rid of here? Because there's no way I'm going to pass up a set item. Busts, maybe? I mean, that's 1,000 gold. You know what? 1,000 gold it is. Also, it's starting to feel like maybe this run through the court is also approaching finished. We're out of room for swag, man. Also, put the party back in its default order. Not that it, again, not that it really matters, but... Snoke, we just got you healed, and then you went and triggered that trap, you jerk.
His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Okay, stress attack from Max Rebo. No big deal. Snoke. Yeah, of course. I mean, sure, heal yourself for 38. That's fine. Max Rebo can grind away a little bit of his own stress. I don't mind letting this one go a turn or two. We're not going to take a Terry penalty from these two monsters. They can't give us the Crimson Curse. Doesn't really matter. This is an opportunity for us to get a little stress relief and healing here. Actually heal Porkins, maybe? There we go! Finally! Jack Porkins gets a heal. That's chapter 4 in the Porkins book that I'm going to write, the Porkins fanfiction, by the way. Chapter 4, Jack Porkins gets a heal. It's when Porkins gets diagnosed with syphilis, and goes to see his local physician for a shot of penicillin. Dodge and bonk! Jack of Porkins, you madman. We love it when you do the dodge and bonk. Fine, you don't want to be healed. Max Rebo probably does. He's not an asshole. Never mind, he's kind of an asshole. Really dislike the Terry penalty mechanic. The Terry penalty mechanic is fine. Also, it's kind of a thing that needed to be in a little bit because it was pretty abusive when you could just sit and grind stress and heals on a monster that really had no chance of hurting you or fighting back.
Remind yourself that overconfidence
and the Terry penalty is pretty manageable too once you understand how it works. As long as there are at least 2 monsters or one size 2 monster left alive, the Terry mechanic is largely, I mean, doesn't apply. You won't even get it until that happens, and it's like 4 turns into that, too. Yeah. He doesn't have blood. What a surprise. A good old-fashioned garden variety hunger prompt. Been a while since we've seen one of those. But the Terry penalty mechanic is there to prevent you from doing stuff like, you know, beating Stygian mode in 26 weeks. That was a full stack of crests and an emerald. Definitely worth a shovel. We're fast approaching the end of our journey once again into Baron's Courtyard, though. Just because, from a swag perspective, we're almost all swagged out. We're Soulja Boy'd up in this mug. We got too much swag. We're gonna need to sing a song about it wherein we say the word itself like 670 times. See if we can get rid of some of this stress. Nope. Kill one of those.
executed with impunity.
With Grave Nibble, dodge it. That's my boy, Max Rebo. Let's go ahead and start retributive bonking before we bolster. Don't pass. I don't care if you hit yourself for 4, that's fine. Just don't pass. We need you working stress relief here. Dodge it. You did not dodge it, though. If only, Max Rebo, you would just do what you're told, so much better this life would be.
Back to the pit.
The dodge and murder for Porkins. You know what? Guard Max Rebo. Heal Max Rebo. It's all about Max Rebo, really. There's the bleed. It's lovely that we left the most dangerous unit alive the longest.
The abyss.
Yeah, everybody got the horror. That's actually quite a bit of stress. Guy's minus 30% bleed resist, so all of our bleeds should stack. This is almost fatal damage. We need to hit him for like 2. Oh, we need to hit him for like 2 more. There goes Max Rebo's stun. Like 2 damage. You hit him for 1 damage. Okay, Porkins got us the rest of the way there. He also got a little bit of stress relief. Max Rebo, probably fix your own stress. You get the most out of it, and also you have the most. And the slavering ghoul is dead. Citrine, which we can't do anything with. 2 food, which honestly we should probably just eat. Chuck that on the floor. I still feel like we got a little more in us. Hey Pete, if you were a chick, how would you wear your hair? That's actually a difficult question for me to answer. Probably I would go for the Sinead O'Connor, because the Sinead O'Connor is kind of how I wear my hair anyway, and it's just supremely convenient. No, don't waste this. We could have gotten stress relief, you dick. And instead, we're stuck in a fight. Perfect. Yeah, I have to say I'd probably go for the Sinead O'Connor, though. It's be more my style. Cut my hair short when I was like a sophomore in high school on a lark. I was like, yeah, when you were like on a joke kind of thing, I was like, hey, I'm just going to cut my hair really short. And after I did it, it was so awesome and convenient that ever since then, I've just been like, you know what? I'm never going to be able to have long hair ever again. Because once my hair gets more than about 3/4 of an inch long, I just find it fucking insufferable. Start with the old bonk. Come to thirst. Aha, sucker! We didn't fall for your trap this time. We didn't hit you. We hit everybody else. That guy is converted into a giant bug monster. Bombing run. Not today, friend. Jack Porkins does the bombing runs around here. No, 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 sir. You misunderstand how this works. When there's a bombing run to be done, Jack Porkins does the bombing. Jack Porkins also does a lot of crop dusting after, you know, like burrito night at the Rebel Alliance on Tuesdays. Jack Porkins will crop dust the shit out of you. Didn't Jack Porkins fly an X-Wing? That's not the kind of bombs we're talking about, chat. These are gastrointestinal bombs that Jack Porkins is, dropping. They have burrito night at Rebel headquarters, and everybody's like, watch out, Porkins is dropping bombs. More stress relief. Alright, we're making some progress on the stress front. Either kill or stun this man, Porkins. Killing is acceptable. Vial of the Blood, another sapphire, another emerald.
So too will resistance.
Well, we didn't get far before we found ourselves in another fight. Give me a sweet mark on this man. I don't think they had burritos in the Star Wars universe. What, are you out of your mind? Every universe that's worth its salt, and by the way, they weren't in a different universe. Star Wars takes place in a galaxy far, far away, not a different universe. Weakening Curse is not a mark. I'm not trying to mark him. I'm trying to reduce the amount of damage he has. We don't have anybody who needs a mark. We're not trying to take advantage of mark synergies. We just want the monster to not rip our head off. And also, Star Wars universe is, you know, it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but it's not a different universe.
A devastating blow.
And they definitely have fucking burritos. You don't think there's a Spanish planet in the universe? What, with all the racist shit that George Lucas put in the Star Wars universe? The stuff like Jar Jar Binks and Jack Porkins and Newt Gunray? You don't think there's not like a Latino planet somewhere in Star Wars? Because there definitely is. There's a planet where all the aliens talk like this, eh? Come on, Nancy. You want to come on down? Come down to planet Burrito Fada, where we have the best burritos in the entire Southern Rim. Also, we will pimp the shit out of your X-Wing, dog. We'll put some ground effects on that, man. We'll put some hydraulics in there. We're gonna make that X-Wing jump, eh? Say it's gonna jump. That's definitely in the Star Wars universe somewhere. I'm telling you. Lucas put it in. Get skewered. Okay, you should be dead, Ghoul. Yeah, you're definitely dead. Who needs healed? Actually, you do. Snoke patches himself up. We also need to get a little stress relief on Snoke if we can get Max Rebo to win a speed roll here.
Unless inordinate exsanguination.
Unless this criticals, it won't kill him. Pete is a surprisingly good Mexican. I mean, I was shooting for Honduran, but I guess I'll take it.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates
I want those deeds.
a dizzying fall.
Throw the bandage at Porkins. Throw the bandage on the floor. Take the deeds. We don't have room for anything else. Torches or stress relief, which we could really use. You know, probably we could ditch the food. Let's just eat it. Sweeter words has Jack Porkins never heard. What should we do with this food? Oh, we should probably just eat it. Porkins is like, ha ha! That's my plan. Torch it. More deeds, more crests. Gold that we cannot carry out of the dungeon. 500 gold's not that relevant. I'm okay with dropping that on the floor. Empty room. Let's start the backtrack. If we can get one more room out of this, I'll consider this a fairly successful trip into the Baron's Courtyard. I really feel like this dungeon, though, is just too fucking big. You're wasting, but you have a dead rat. You can't die. Anybody else feel like that with the Crimson Court? Like, maybe the courtyard is just, like, a little too large. I understand they were looking for content for the DLC, but honestly, with the proclivity of non-Crimson Court, or Crimson Court monsters to show up outside the Crimson Court, it doesn't need to be this long to give you the full Crimson Court experience, because you fight them all the damn time anyway. It's just sort of... Well, we still have torches, so we can burn the mist away. It just starts to feel... I mean, look at this. This thing is... It's too many rooms, and they're not different enough to warrant it being this big. Wish there's a way to turn on the courtyard, but turn off the story-based DLC. Okay, so we're done then, because I'm not walking backwards down this entire courtyard that we cannot get through. So that's it. We're cashing out.
You will endure this loss.
I wouldn't really call it a loss so much as just like we sort of got bored, Wayne. We hauled a truckload of swag out of that dungeon. Certainly getting bored by the time I was nearing the end of it. It's just, it feels like it's a little grindy. It needs to be about, I don't know, 50%. Oh, good God. Jack Porkins got the yips, which is terrible. Weapon Tinker is actually pretty nice. Claustrophobia is irrelevant. Claustrophobia replaced Kleptomaniac. That's an upgrade. And Balanced replaced Fast Healer, which neither one of those is relevant in any capacity. The yip sucks, though. Porkins is going to have to take a week off to get rid of that shit.
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you
Crystalline
broad
foci.
tolerance in your choice of
Gazing
means.
deep into the shimmering colors of the comet fractures can bring a sense of peace. We just get 30 crystals? Purchase crystal. What did that do? I just spent 30 crystals to do what? I saw people's portraits glimmer a little bit. You got Twilight. Oh, did that give everybody... What did that do, though? Did that get rid of all of our stress on our entire... It got rid of all of the stress on our entire roster. Well, okay, we learned something. Like, if I had known what that was going to do, I definitely would not have spent 30 crystals on that. It's not horrifically disuseful, but I definitely wouldn't have spent the cash on it had I known what that was going to produce. We're sitting on 20,000 gold. Do we have enough to upgrade our weapons yet? Still no. We could do some trade-ins here, because we got a lot of busts and a lot of portraits that aren't doing much. But you know what we can do? We could go to the guild and upgrade the guild with those portraits. Let's get that taken care of. Also, you know what? Do the training... we don't have enough crests. Never mind. I was going to say do the training regimen as well, but we don't have enough crests. We could turn some of these extraneous portraits into crests. What's the exchange rate on that? Like if we go from portraits to crests... It's respectable, actually. It's 3 to 1. How many do we need for an upgrade? Or how much do we need to lower the cost again? 29? Ah, it's too many. It's not worth it. We're better off to just let those accrue naturally. Go away, heirloom thing. Let's check the stagecoach. No, we don't need vestals. Our stagecoach has been real shitty lately. Like, we've been getting some pretty bum picks.